Here we are in the section on word problems, numbers 23 through 35. Ooh, this is going to be a long one, but many of them will go quickly. So, do the solutions. 18 is what percent of 58? This we get to directly translate as 18 is what percent of 58? Hey, we have an equation. How do we solve this? We take x and we divide by 18 by 58. And, ooh, what does that turn out to be as a percent? Let's get our calculator. 18 divided by 58 is 0.3103, so that's 31.0%. Excellent. Number 24. What is 87% of 54? This is what is 87% is 2 decimal places, 0.87 of 54. We don't even need to do algebra here. Look, we just times those two together and we get x. So we bring out the calculator, 0.87 times 54. And we get 46.98. Excellent. Number 25. 119 is 8%, that's 0.08 of what? There's our x right there, so we've got to solve it by dividing both sides by 0.08. 119 divided by 0.08. Now we should get a very large number here because 119 is 8%. Holy cow, we better get a really big number. Divide by 0.08 and we end up with 1487.5. 1487.5. Good. Next one, number 26. 23 is what percent of 74? And how do we get the x by itself? Divide both sides by 74. X equals 23 over 74, and that's going to equal, pull out the calculator, 23 divided by 74, and that's a 31.0%. If we move it 2 decimal places, 31.1. 31.1%. Great. The next one, number 27. A couch normally costs $5.30, but was on sale for $4.75. So what was the percent discount? Well, from $5.30 down to $4.75 is $55. And so 55 out of the original 530. So it looks like just a little bit over 10%. Let's try it. 55 divided by 530. That is 10.4% is what it looks like. 10.4% discount. Cool. Now you note we could have used the formula for this where it was 530 minus a percent rate times 530 equals 475. So we could do that, and then we would subtract the 530, and that would give us a negative 55, and then divide by 530. And so you can see where this would have come up if we would have used that formula. We didn't necessarily need to, but that's beneficial, you know. All right, so let's look at the next one here. Number 28. A company made $475 one week and $500 the next week. What was the percent increase? Well, we can see that the nominal increase, the actual amount, was $25, and to find the percent, it's out of $475. Now, that's one way to look at it. We could have also done $475 plus the rate times $475 equals $500. And yeah, that's exactly what we can do. We can subtract the 475 over, we get a 25 and divide by 475. So if you want to use the formula, you can, or you can just think through it and say, oh, it went up $25 out of the original. And that's the key, is you've always got to go out of the original. So plug that in and we get 25 divided by 475. And that is 5, let me see, move it 2 decimal places, 5.3%. That's what it looks like, 5.3%. All right, number 29. A couch normally costs $330, but was on sale for $250. All right, again, this is a distance of 80. It went down 80 out of the original $330. Or if you wanted to, you could say $330 minus rate times $330 equals the final of $250. And you would get the same thing. 80 over 330 will give you 80 divided by 330 equals 24.2%. Move that decimal 2 places. All right, number 30. A town grew from, so here's the original, up to 14,598. What was the percent increase? Well, so let's do this again. We have 14,598 subtract 12,384, and that's, it grew up this much, 2214, out of, let's write that down, 2214 out of 12,384. And let's see what we get on that percent. Divided by 12,384. And it's about 17.87, so 17.9%. Yeah, good deal. Now let's do it just one other way so we can for sure see what's going on and how we could have gotten this number. So you could have taken 12,384 plus a certain rate times 12,384 equals 14,598. Yeah. Now I'm going to do this just a little bit differently. Some of you will note the shortcut 12,384 times 1 plus r. So it increasing by a rate, you can use the 1 plus r equals 14,598, like that. And so if we were to divide off the 12,384, we get 1 plus r is, and go ahead and divide that, 14,598 divided by 12,384. Notice that we're at 117.9%. 117.9%. And then if we subtract the 1, we'll be right there at that exact same answer. So 1.17877 dot 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 dot. So if we subtract 1, we get the same thing. R is 17.9%. So that's kind of fancy, but looking at it this way, that the shortcut is this increased by a certain amount. So if you divide them, this is 117.9%, and so taking off the 100% will tell us what the percent increase was. Excellent. Let's try another one here. The original price is $92.56, and the tax is 7.3%. So $92.56 plus 7.03% of that. So I'm going to put this in here in the shortcut way, and let's see what we get. 92.56 times 1.073, 99.32, 99.32. Now this is the same as taking 7.3% times that and then adding it to that. Notice there was no algebra required in that whole problem. That was pretty cool. All right, the original price, we don't know. I'm going to put a variable there so we can be sure and do this correctly. So the variable's that, and the discount is 40%, so we're subtracting. So the original price subtracted 0.4 of the original price and came up with 43.90. Major concern, do not take 43.90 times 40% and then try to add it on. That will not work. So let's move over here and finish the problem. We'll notice that P, that's 1P minus 0.4P is 0.6P. Equals 43.90. And for those of you that like the shortcut, you'll see it right here. If it's a discount of 40%, then the final price has to be 60%. Divide by 0.6, divide by 0.6, 43.90 divided by 0.6 equals 73.17. So P is $73.17. Cool. All right, the next one, number 33. The original price we don't know, so I'm going to put a P there. And yes, every time we're missing the original, we are going backwards. So we have to actually write this out. P, tax is going to be plus 0.05 times the P equals, and the final price is 237.50. When we put these two together, combine these like terms, you'll notice we get 1.05P equals 237.50. And notice we have the shortcut that I mentioned over here, that really an increase of 5%. We're now up at 105%, and we can solve that. Divide by 1.05, divide by 1.05, and let's see what that gets. 237.50 divide by 1.05, and we get 226.19. There we go, 226.19. Number 34, after a 15% tip was added. So we are going to be adding 0.15 of the original price. And notice down here, what was the original cost of the meal? Let's put a C for cost. So once you added 15% of the cost of the meal onto the cost of the meal, it equaled $41.98. Yes, adding 15%, you'll notice when we put these two together, we get 1.15C equals 41.98. So adding 15% gives us 115% now, and that's, you can see that on the cost plus 15% of the cost. So divide by 1.15, divide by 1.15, and let's see what we get here. 41.98 divided by 1.15. Enter 36.50. So the cost of the meal was $36.50. Don't forget the dollar sign there. Good. Excellent. Number 35. Yeah, this is because of a 35% off sale. So that means we took the original price and we subtracted 35% of that original price. That's important that we set it up this way. We equaled the final price, 167.05. 1 minus 0.35 is 0.65, and you'll see, oh, there's our shortcut that just popped out of there. That if you take 35% off, you're now paying 65%, and that's what 167.05 equals. Divide by 0.65, divide by 0.65, and we get, let's pull out our handy dandy calculator, and we get 167.05 divided by 0.65. Enter. 257. The price is exactly $257. Alrighty, there we go. 23 through 35.